Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and we are back on Raid Shadow Legends and back on the Ninja Block account, the Ninja account that we're doing, the free-to-play series. So we don't have too much of an update on the account right now, but I do want to fill you in on the little things that we've been doing. And then there's something I want to talk about related to something I talked about in the last video. So I want to first start talking with the updates about what's going on, right? So, I believe I already showed you in yesterday's episode that we completed that tournament, right? The Sand Devil Turn Attack tournament. We ended up getting second place on that. I probably could have spent a little bit more energy and got first place. Who knows if this guy would have, cared about it. I didn't mean to click that. Hang on. I don't know if this guy would have cared about it, but I think you can see that, right? I was only missed it by 30 points. So we did get that 5-star Relentless gear. I haven't even looked at it yet, to be honest. So let's take a quick look at the Relentless gear here. Just new. That's a nice piece. I like that piece a lot, actually. Crit rate on the gloves. That's never bad this early. HP on the chest, but not really great substats. You'd like to see, like, speed or something down there. Attack percent boots. Okay. Nothing too crazy. This shield is pretty good, though. That's going to come in handy for some champions in the near future. Let's talk about what I've been doing since then. So, I have been pushing to 6-star ninja as fast as possible. So right now, I have 3 food ready to go. I am going to use Jereg. I'll unlock him here. I did see only the highlight of a video recently about Jereg. Or, sorry, Jizzo. Sorry, Jizzo. And how he is supposed to be viable in the end game, but here's my thing. Yes, you've got a 2x hitter. Yes, he's defense-based, which can be very strong early. A shield and a counterattack on one ally could be handy in some situations, right? And then, finally, you have a provoke, right? You'd say, oh, provoke, that's going to be really good for Hydra, maybe, or the Magma Dragon, but it's on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. So I want to be clear that expectations around this guy being really good for an account, I mean, you got to put it in context. And I don't think, with the gear I currently have, I don't think Jizzo is going to help me progress anywhere in the game. Could he help me months from now in a certain area of the game? Maybe. I didn't watch the video. I only saw the headline. But I'm fine sacrificing him because that's let's see, that's one less 3-star I had to level and 4 3-star foods that I had to level up to 4-star foods, right? So it saved me, or no, I still had to level those, but still, it saved me some time. And getting Ninja 6-star faster, I think, is better for the account. So I'm okay getting rid of Jizzo in this case. And that is the plan. So right now, these are the 2 remaining food. Witness, I need a total of 6 more 3-stars ranked up. These guys are not going to get used as, I'm keeping them for the fusion. So they're not going to get used as food. They will get used in different ways down the line. So I'm just grinding away, trying to level up as many of the champions as I can to feed into these 4-stars and get Ninja done. I expect to have Ninja done, if I'm honest, I mean, it depends on if I want to use gems or not. That's the kicker. If I want to use gems, I could probably get it done by tomorrow. But that's a tall ask right now. I'm very, very close to the final upgrade on the gem mine, so I would kind of rather do that with these gems. So my hope is that I get a big influx of energy this afternoon. We're going to have the daily quests get reset. I'm not close to my weekly yet, but I will do every little bit of energy I can, right? Fight in Tag Team Arena with a team from a single faction. I already had a team for that, so let's do that real quick in Tag Team Arena. We'll refresh, get a new team. So if I do filter and show me Sacred Order. There you go. So, that'll get me the points that I need real quick, or the energy that I need real quick so I can continue leveling. Doing that kind of stuff is really valuable, right? You want to try and squeeze in that extra little bit of energy wherever you can. Unfortunately, the clan shop is empty on energy right now. But I do get 50 energy there. Now, something we haven't talked much since we're talking about Tag Team Arena is the Bazaar. Now, I should, and haven't been yet, but I should be spending my points on champion fragments for Drexstar. I think when I'll probably get started now. There's no reason not to, but you'll see I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm not making 360 points a day. So I think it would be a good use. I don't think 300 energy is worth 1,000 gold bars until you're consistently winning, like on my other accounts. So that would be a good spot. And then I think definitely this week, relative to the clan shop, or the clan shop, I'll probably buy fragments this week. Probably Yannica fragments. Now, I love Ninja, and Ninja's good everywhere in the game, but he's not the heaviest PvP nuker. This hits hard, but it's not as heavy of a hit. Yannica could be a heavier hitter for me. I also don't have a lot of help in the High Elves right now, so she'd be a little bit more valuable. And she does hit pretty darn hard, so I would consider building Yannica for PvP as my nuker. Now, everything could change depending on what the shard pools are, which is why I'm hesitant to spend resources right now until my first big shard pool. Do you have to do that? No, you could spend those resources if you want. You're not going to go wrong getting these free legendaries from the clan shop and from Tag Team Arena. You're really not, right? Those are going to benefit you in one way or another, whether it's just that you summon them during a specific time and you get value that way, or you get them and build them as new champions to strengthen your account, right? There's lots of benefits you can get out of these particular champions. So just to be clear about that. Me personally, since I'm going into a 2x with 34 Ancients, I do think that that I'll wait and see what I need. You know, what will be better for me? Do I need a burner and go for Drexstar early on? Do I need I can do Drexstar and Yannica at the same time, but you know, do I really need a nuker, or would I be better off trying to get a head start on some of my progression? So there's nothing else in the shop this week that I want per se. I mean, this epic book would be good, but it's a little pricey for a new account, and I think the fragments might be a little bit better. So that's probably the route that I'll go. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that up to you guys, that, you know, these are definitely worth going for, but sometimes, like on my free-to-play account, I still haven't pulled my Yannica. I got all the fragments. I haven't had a reason to pull her to get points for anything. And I'm not going to use her because I had Sun Wukong, who's a better Spirit Affinity nuker. So there wasn't really any reason to get her. On this account, I don't have a Spirit Affinity nuker. I have no Spirit Affinity champions whatsoever. I also don't have a legit PvP nuker. I have temporary decent ones, right? Kale can do it okay. Ninja can do it okay, but I don't think that those are champions that I would want to go into high gold with, you know? Not to, like, rather than something like a Sun Wukong or someone that's got built-in ignore defense, you know, really hard-hitting mechanics. We all know, I'm not going to say we all know, but there's a hefty list of really good PvP nukers out there that are both epic and legendary. You know, I could get Magnar, I could get Genbo, I could get, you know, there's a lot of different nukers out there that would be better than Yannica in certain situations. So, anyways, the thing I really wanted to talk about in this video was something I talked about in the last video, talking about using your energy. And one of the counter arguments to it was, you know, you have to have time to spend that energy. And that's a fair assessment. Like, that's true. However, in today's game, you have ways to spend your energy when you're not logged in. You have RSL Helper, you have multi-battles, mostly multi-battles for the majority of you guys out there. Some of you are not comfortable playing with RSL Helper because you know, you're worried about what it might do. You know, maybe you'll get in trouble for it or something. Some of you just play on mobile only and can't use RSL Helper. And some of you just don't care. I didn't care for a very long time. I totally respect that. Totally respect that. The other argument, not just time requirement, but was this concept that is the game fun if you're having a computer play for you all the time? First of all, that's a built-in mechanic of the game, right? Multi-battles are a thing in the game. Like, I press this button right here, and it runs this dungeon team and farms a bunch of gear for me. Now, I understand the sentiment of, is that fun? No, not to everybody. But to me, this is fun. I am a strategically minded person. I love strategy games. I love the idea of theory crafting and putting a team together and then testing that theory. I've done that on all my accounts. Yesterday, on stream, we were theory crafting for an hour about my Georgid build here. And I ended up actually coming up with a preset that was all cruel, right? Now, I haven't tested it, but I want to test it because this is technically not efficient for him, but it gives me way more stats, way more attack, as you can see. It also allows me to use a different banner. So I would get way more attack for a little bit less speed and a little bit more crit damage as well. So I want to experiment with this, but technically I wouldn't get the true damage with Georgid per se. So there are some flaws there, but I like the idea of experimenting, building champions, trying them out. When it comes to doing the dungeons are not fun for me because it's just about gear. It's not a challenge. Once you've beaten the highest difficulty of it, for me, it's not a challenge anymore. It's just I need to get the gear drops from it. That may not be fun for you. That's totally fine. By the way, I wanted to open with this and I forgot. Anything that I say, any advice that I give you guys, take everything with a grain of salt. I won't be offended. This is my opinion, solely my opinion, based on experience, based on other content creator suggestions that I have accumulated over my time playing the game. I'm simply trying to help people to play the game I'm trying to help people play a game that can be very, very challenging, especially free to play. Right? I am at a disadvantage in this game. There is somebody out there that started their account the same day I did and has put $500 into it. I promise you someone exists that has put $500 into it and already has probably 260s and both legendaries. I mean, it's a totally doable thing. Like, you can put money in this game and get whatever resource you need at any given time for the most part. So, as a free-to-play player, I need to game the system to my advantage, right? On my main account, if I need silver, credit card. swipe, I have silver, right? On my main account, if I need shards, credit card, swipe, I have shards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do that on my main account. But on the free-to-play, if I run out of silver, I'm cooked. I got to sit there and twiddle my thumbs and not play the game the way I want to play it, for weeks. Or, well, that's exaggeration, for days. While I farm up silver. So please understand that you're allowed to play this game however you want. So am I. And all I'm doing is sharing the way I play the game. You guys are welcome to disagree, and I'm happy to have that debate. I'm not mad about any comments or anything that were said. I'm simply sharing my insights and how I feel and how I approach the game. Now, energy is silver, and you'll see, I don't remember what silver amount I had yesterday. I think it was 5 million. Now I'm at 6 million, right? I'm gaining that silver. If you're in a position, if you are a player of this game and you are in a position where you're like, I never have enough silver to do what I want to do, my suggestion is to try spending your energy, right? Run your multi-battles overnight. You get new multi-battles in the morning. Try RSL Helper, right? That's the best way to gain silver. It is a grindy, farmy game. I didn't make the game. I didn't decide how they wanted to make the game. I just have to play in it. And I will use everything to my ability to improve my account and make it as strong as I can. And I'm going to relay that advice to you guys. So feel free to do with that whatever you guys want. I'm not offended if you think that I'm wrong. Feel free to tell me in the comments, right? It's not for everybody. The game doesn't have to be for everybody. I remember my wife, right? We played World of Warcraft together. And I was like, cool, we'll go do a raid now. We did all the dungeons. Let's go do a raid. And she's like, well, I don't want to play with other people. That's her right, you know? Same thing with Raid Shadow Legends. I helped somebody in the real world. I told him about my YouTube channel, and he's like, that game looks fun. I'm going to play it. And they played it on their phone. And in the middle of playing it, I was like, yeah, you should join a clan so you could do clan boss because it's the best rewards in the game, which is true. I don't want to play with other people. I don't want to join a clan. That's too much for me. I'm not interested in that. That's totally fine, right? Are you going to be able to enjoy every single thing that Raid Shadow Legends has to offer? No, you are limiting yourself. But it's your game. It's your choice. Play it how you want. I'm simply trying to coach people that are frustrated with the mechanics of this game because it's not... I think it's less fun of a game if you're constantly frustrated by the lack of resources and stuff. And when you're free to play, it feels so much more challenging. It feels so much more harder when you're going up against Teras, Marishka in Arena and Stone Skin, and you can't even do Hydra yet. And, you know, how do they have a full team of legendaries? I have one. Like, it can be super frustrating. And if there's like a little advice I can give to people to try and balance that out and help you out, absolutely. But you guys don't have to do it, right? It's just advice. That's all it is. And I could be wrong. By the way, most of the time I am wrong. I got to tell you, the number of times I say something in chat on the live stream and I've got somebody coming in and saying, nope, wrong. Literally, he's a regular in the channel, is Vodka. I reference him a lot on the videos now. But there's so many times I'll be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Wrong. Just this is all he says. And I'm like, all right, Vodka, let me have it. What did I get wrong? And then he like tells me what I got wrong. So, everybody's allowed to enjoy the game however they want. So please understand that I'm not trying to force you guys to play a certain way. I'm simply trying to tell you the optimal way to get more, in my opinion, the optimal way to get more resources to play with. And again, case in point, to support that, 50 million in silver on the free-to-play. And what did that 50 million allow me to do? It allowed me to build that theoretical gear for my Georgian yesterday, right, in the preset. I leveled this stuff up, right? Now, I shouldn't have done it because I was outside of an artifact enhancement event, but I had 65 million to play with, so I felt comfortable enough to push the boundaries a little bit for an experiment that I was excited about. I was just so jazzed last night. I was like, man, I'm pumped up. This sounds like a cool idea. I want to see if we can make this work, because I can't hit the goal that I want. My current build on him is low attack, but I got him in Savage gear, right? So I would rather have his attack be much higher. And so I was like, well, what happens if I put him in this different gear? Does that increase his attack more? And that's kind of how we went down that rabbit hole last night. But yeah, to each their own. Play the game how you want. I hope you enjoy it. You know, I hope nobody gets frustrated by not having silver or not having the resources to participate in other events and tournaments. So cool. Let's talk now about what's next. So tomorrow, Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, live shard pulls. I will be pulling on all 3 accounts. I will be pulling my Prism shards on all 3 accounts as well. So we will be doing that. Now, we do have this champion training tournament. I'm not going for it. I would like to get the Ancient right before a 2x, 4,000 points. Everything I've been doing with all my energy has only been 1339 points. I don't think I can hit that 4,000 point mark simply by leveling Ninja. The main holdup is I don't have enough brews. I do have some void brews. Maybe I use those. Maybe I use those to get the bonuses, because that might balance it out a little bit more. I have a hard time feeding the brews into my food that I'm putting into the other 4 stars to level them up, because I just have a shortage of brews, and I don't want to necessarily put myself on 0. But if I can do that and just squeak out a few extra points, I might be able to get this Ancient Shard here. Obviously, the Primal would be crazy good, but I think the Ancient would be more beneficial to me in my account. So that's probably what I'll try to do. Obviously, that's all going to happen off camera. But tomorrow, pulling all those shards, very, very excited about it. 34 Ancients is a lot of Ancients. It's going to cost me a bunch of silver, so I have to be careful not to go too low in silver either, because it is going to add up pretty quickly. It's 200,000 per pull, right? So 600,000, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, so 680,000 silver. I should be fine. But we're going to pull all those Ancients during a 2x. We're also going to pull the Prism Shard, and hopefully we get somebody new to play around with. So I'm very excited about that. Time for me to get back to work on the grind, leveling up. Hopefully I have Ninja 6-starred sooner rather than later. The hardest part is once Ninja is 6-starred, the hardest part is going to be leveling it back up to 60. That's going to take some time. So it's great timing, though, because I should have tomorrow a whole bunch of new champions to level alongside Ninja while I'm trying to level him up to 60. And I think I'll get him close and then maybe use a couple of brews at the end there to top him off. But we'll see. We'll see how that works. All right, guys. Well, let me know in the comments. Hope you guys are enjoying my content. If you do like my content, please consider subscribing. Best way to support me right now. You can also feel free to like the video and comment on the video. Any of that stuff does help me with the algorithm, and then I can use that to get to grow the channel. We've been talking about this a lot on the stream lately, about how the channel is growing and things are going so well. I'm very, very excited. Really positive feelings for me. I'm having fun. It seems like you guys are having fun. We're throwing out ideas of new membership goals and playing games that I don't want to play to, you know, as torture and things like that. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys can make the live stream tomorrow. I will also be live streaming tonight. That will be Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing an account takeover. So feel free to come hang out for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.